Hey everybody, something weird is going on. Well, welcome everybody. See if I can get everything streaming properly tonight. Because I gotta make sure my Wild with Kimberly family is in the building. There we go. Good evening, everybody. We are live. Welcome. Y'all see me trying to get my gloves together. So tonight, everybody, we are going to be cooking live. I am Chef Kimberly Smith Cook. I'm here at Franklin, Virginia today. You might see people walking by because our live session is in our live kitchen. You'll see kids running by. You'll see visitors running by. But that's how it is when you're in your own home, right? When you're cooking in your kitchen for your family, other people are around. And so that's perfectly fine. Tonight we're going to be making a creamy chicken quinoa skillet. You can call it that, or bowl, however way you want to see it. The star ingredient tonight is kale. I had someone say that they are a little afraid of kale. And I'm telling you, don't be. We're going to walk through some things tonight so that you can enjoy it inside of this phenomenal recipe on tonight. But I want to welcome you. If you are not a part of the Wild with Kimberly group on Facebook, join us, join in. What's happening over there is, well, today, I gave a testimony of some wellness things. So the Wild with Kimberly Facebook group is a wellness group of all different genres, backgrounds, and levels. So if you have never started a wellness journey, you can join us. If you are maybe mid-stage of your wellness journey, you can join us. If you are an expert, as you might think, in your wellness journey, you've figured a lot of things out, please join us. It's an interactive group. We post recipes over there. We host wellness sessions where you can get assessments for the entire month of January. The sessions are free. All you have to do is click the link, schedule the session. It's a 30-minute video session. So we'll be talking live and up close and personal. And what we're going to do during that time is really just plan out your wellness goals, plan out your health goals, your eating plans, just figure out where you are and as it relates to your mind, body, and your spirit. I was just driving today and I was thinking, I need to tell everybody, like in the Wild community, what is so awesome about it is because you can worship with me. We can go on our wellness journey. We can work out together. We can do all of these different things. The first challenge that we had inside of the community was a 30-day Eat Clean challenge. And so we ate clean for 30 days. And I personally learned during that time that my body likes clean food. That's like an understatement, right? But what I learned is my body actually wants to get smaller when I eat clean. Where when we did the 21-day challenge, which was our second challenge, and we worked out, we did intermittent fasting, we took supplements. What I found out in that time period is that that's what I need to do so that my body can lose the weight or the pounds. So I am giving this disclaimer. We're getting ready to cook tonight. My first focus for you is to provide some healthy food ideas, give you a chance to ask questions, give you a community where you can feel safe and you can be vulnerable, where we can celebrate you. We celebrate all of the wins in there. We actually had a young lady by the name of Caitlin who lost 10 pounds, and she announced it in the group in the time frame that she's been with us. And so that is phenomenal work to lose 10 pounds, on any journey, right? And so I'm super proud of her. I want to congratulate her tonight. I hope she's chiming in. I hope that she will jump on just say hello to everybody. And so I know a few of you are giving time for people to chime in and jump on. I see Sandy has joined us. Hi, Sandy. She's working in her kitchen. Another one of my favorite girls. Um, you can jump on. So the link, guys, is actually connected to the Facebook group event. So if you want to jump on where I can actually see the faces tonight, you can use that link and jump on right now. If you want to do this later, saying hi to all of you that might see the replays. Make sure if you're watching the replay, please grab all of the ingredients, do your shop, prepare your ingredients, and work through everything that way. So last week, or the last time we came together, I forgot to put smoked paprika in our final recipe, and it was on our ingredient list. And so I have the ingredients for us for tonight. I'm going to let them pop up now so that you can see it. Just double check that you have everything. You should have chicken breast. You should have cherry tomatoes. You should have corn on the cob. You should have, not corn on the cob, you should have frozen corn or corn kernels. You should have kale, Parmesan cheese, cream cheese, heavy whipping cream, garlic, salt, and pepper. Now listen, guys, we're keeping it simple because one of the focuses that we're doing inside the group is looking inside of our fridge, looking at ingredients that we might have, and create a recipe from that and make something good from that you don't always have to go to the store and buy things. But look in your cabinets, clean out your fridge, use everything that you have in the house, and create some delicious food. And so there's some additional ingredients that you will definitely need whenever we're cooking. Make sure that you have any types of oils, butters, whatever it is. My choice for tonight is going to be avocado oil. I did grab some butter, just because butter makes things better in my world. I have some fresh and some granulated options for the actual seasoning for tonight. And so what I want you to understand is as we're getting started, as we're working through the recipe on tonight, if you don't have fresh, then utilize what you have. Another thing that I'm an advocate for is, yes, you can have a recipe, but keep in mind a recipe is a starting point as you're building and you're working with food. You have to taste everything that you are cooking, everything. And you got to taste along the way. So be prepared to taste, add a little bit more of this, but to your liking so that it is pleasing to your palate. I really believe that we tend to eat foods that we enjoy. And because it's cold out, I chose this recipe for tonight because I felt that it would be something that's comforting, but also low carb for those who are watching their calories. And just saying that, I'm going to actually add another ingredient that I don't have on there. You should also have quinoa, guys. So let me just add that to our ingredient list. And keep in mind, guys, this is live. So if we make any woohoos, charge it to our minds and not our hearts. All right. Can everybody see that? So we're going to have some quinoa. And let's just go over the ingredients again, and then we're going to start doing some step-by-steps. There are some things that I need you to have. Make sure you have 2 pots. One, you're going to put water in for the quinoa. The second pot is going to be the pot for the kale. And one of my kids is getting ready to walk through. Well, he doesn't even have to walk through. I tell you guys, they do it because they want to. He has to say hello to everybody. He's going to walk through. Come on back. This is one of the twins. Come on back and say hello. Young adults, right? Y'all will see him. This is Tobias, everybody. So yeah, I need you to have 2 pots. One is going to be for cooking your quinoa. The second one is going to be for blanching the kale. So we're actually going to boil both of them at the same time. The kale, the reason why we're going to immerse it in water is to pre-soften it before we actually put it into our creamy mixture, so it doesn't take as long to cook. And there are a few steps I'll tell you when we get to actually prepping the kale for that. And then you're going to need 2 saucepans. You're going to need a large one. And if you can look at the camera near the stove, which I don't see. You all should have a stove. Here we go. All right, there we go. Perfect. You guys should have a stove. A little bit. So most stoves have 4 burners. You should have 2 pots. You need a skillet to cook the chicken, and then you need a second skillet that you're actually going to put all of your wet ingredients in. So we're going to need water tonight. Some of you have asked, could you use chicken broth? You absolutely can, but if you do not, you can just substitute with water. You're going to add your seasonings to bring everything together. The other thing is the cherry tomatoes that we're going to use. I love using them inside of a cream sauce because they actually help to add that acidity that sometimes can help us eliminate having to add a lot of additional ingredients, and it's just tasty that way. So what we're going to do is start with turning your water on. Everybody, if you are doing the simple recipe that had 2 chicken breasts, I need you to cook 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water. So you're going to put 2 cups of water in your pot. If you need to double this or triple this, depending on guest count, just do that. And so everybody, please turn your water on so it can begin to boil for the quinoa. And as I would say with anybody, you always want to read the ingredients. You're going to boil 2 cups of water or broth. You're then going to add your quinoa. Once it's full, we're going to turn it down so it can simmer. And we're going to let it cook for about 12 to 15 minutes. And the reason why we're heating that water up now is because chicken isn't going to take us that long to cook, so that everything can kind of come together. So again, another focus that we have inside of our Kimberly group is to give you recipes that will be quick and easy to cook, but also just as savory and delicious. And the other part for the pail, if you would check that on, we just need that water to begin to boil as well. And if I'm moving too fast, please take it and put it in the chat for me to slow down. If it's something that I am teaching in the moment and you're not sure about it, please tell me to slow down. I'm glad to do that. So guys, I'm super excited tonight. I'm going to talk a little bit to get that going. I'm super excited tonight because my mom and dad came in Baltimore, and I'm trying to really get my mom to come on camera because she's my little Sadie lady and I love her to life. And I honestly owe this cooking to my mom and my grandma. So a lot of who I am, it comes from her. And if anyone knows that I do custom cakes and things like that, my mom baked first. So I learned baking from my mom and my aunts and my grandma. But she also used to decorate cakes, and yeah, so a lot of my creative juices come from my mama. So somebody put something in the chat, tell her to come in the camera. Let's see if we can get her to come and say hello real quick before we dive into it. She's looking at me, guys. She's on the side. Come on, Mom. Come say hello to everyone. I'm so excited. Hello. You can see Sandy down there. Oh, okay. And then you are now on Facebook. And, yeah, Facebook tonight. And I believe we're streaming live tonight on maybe even on YouTube this time, just to let people see what we're doing. All right, okay. My dad is probably watching TV, but he said, what time is dinner? So I think we need to get to it, right? So this is what we're going to do. We have the water going for the quinoa and the kale. For the quinoa, If you are just opening up your bag of quinoa, please rinse it because it may have some residual residue. Let's see what you got. Not the kale, the quinoa. Oh, you're telling me you got kale. Sandy said, I'm a little scared of kale. Don't be afraid. It's going to be good. I wouldn't steer you wrong. I'm so proud of you, girl. I'm proud. So just rinse your quinoa. And I already rinsed mine. I have mine in the measuring cup, but I rinsed it earlier just to prep, of course. But rinse your quinoa to get the residue off. We're going to add this to salted water when we go to add it. If you're big on like fresh herbs or aromatics, the quinoa, you can add rosemary, thyme, mint, cilantro, parsley, whatever it is that you want to add in at that time while it's cooking, you can do that as well. Okay. So we're going to prep our kale next. So the ingredients that we showcased already and that we're prepping with is the quinoa. Fresh kale, you can see here. I have some corn, kernels. I've got the fresh and powdered garlic. I'm a big advocate for fresh, so fresh garlic. But if you don't have fresh ingredients, use your granulated options, because when you're using something like this in this recipe, it's going to rehydrate them as well. I have my Parmesan cheese. I have about a cup and a quarter in here. We have cream cheese. Got some cherry tomatoes. We're going to cut these up next after the kale. And then, of course, with the seasoning, I have white pepper and black pepper. I just choose to do both all the time. My favorite salt that I show everybody is my black salt. I'm going to be using that again tonight. And then I'll just add as needed. But I want to showcase a product tonight. So we are a blended family, everyone. And I have 2 biological kids whose last name is Dudley. And so their dad, Roy Dudley, started these seasonings by trying to get it in the camera. It's called Maize and Dudley. It's in honor of his mom. She was a dietitian in the hospitals. And so he made a seasoning line in her memory, and this is one of my favorites. So it's a Cajun seasoning. What I like about it is the sodium content is very low, so it allows me to add all of those rich, savory, even the spices from that in a Cajun blend, but it eliminates that sodium, so I can control how much sodium I'm actually putting in my recipe. So I'll put that in the camera again, and after the event, I'll figure out how we're going to get some of this, how you guys can contact him to get some as well. I just tell my daughter to bring it to me when she comes to visit. All right. So we got our water going. I'm going to just peek and see what's happening. Pour my water in the right pot. Make sure I got the right thing on. It's all because I had the wrong pan on. Just check that out. We can bring it out of this kale. And I have about 2 bunches of kale. Is what I have happening. And so we're going to cut the stems off. I'm going to cut everything in the stem, and then I'm going to stem off the stem and then take the leaves off. And while I'm taking the leaves off, I'm actually squeezing them a bit because I want to break up the membranes. That's to help it soften the kale as well and help it to receive the seasonings that we're going to be using tonight. So I'm just pulling the kale off of the stems. And for those that are joining us for the first time, we normally only stay live for about an hour, hour and a half, just so you know that if anytime we're hosting a live cooking session, you can actually cook for your family in that period of time and then serve it. Or if you're hosting an event, you know how much time it'll take for you to prepare that meal for your guests and have it ready. So this is just one bunch, and I hope you guys can see. I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to squeeze it because you're breaking the membrane. And then you can chop that as coarsely or as fine as you would like. So just take it and chop. And remember that, of course, greens are going to cook down a little bit. So if you chop it too fine, it'll just look like a herb. You want to keep it, I would say, a little coarse so that everyone can enjoy it. And also, while we're doing this, I'm a big fan of kale salad. It's my favorite salad. You would do the same when you're making a kale salad. You want to soften up the membranes before you actually mix and toss your salad. So doing the same thing before you cut it and before you add any seasonings to it, it just helps everything come together. So that's one bunch. We're going to do the same with the second bunch. And please let me know if there's an echo. Guys, I don't know about you, but I get excited when I have fresh vegetables in front of me. I love the colors. I love the aromas of fresh ingredients, and it just makes me happy. Kale has been kind of a showcase here the fall to now. We're going to select, I believe, zucchini next and showcase a few recipes with zucchini next. Sandy, you look like you're waiting on me. Are you waiting on me now? You go, girl. I see you. Wait, I don't hear you. I can see you, but I don't hear you. Can you type in the chat? So again, I just finished pulling the, well, not all of them, let's get one more. Get all of the kale leaves off of the stem. You're going to squeeze it, and that's just to soften it and break up the membrane. And then go ahead and cut it. I should have my mom over here with me. What you guys think? Think she should come help? She's smiling. And you might not have as much as I have. We got quite a few people in the house tonight for dinner, so I just want to make sure we have enough. This may be more than that's needed, and we'll see when we go to put it all together. But if it's more than needed, then I'll toss it into the side salad. So it won't go to waste. We'll definitely use it. Put some on this plate. Sit that aside until we get to it. Next, I'm going to grab tomatoes. I'm going to rinse this cutting board. I am all about things being clean while I'm working, so you'll see me wiping and tossing a lot. And I'm also going to check our water to see where it's at. So the pail water for me is starting to heat up. Where's your water at? If your water is boiling, please turn it down to a low setting. Add some salt and your quinoa to the water now. And then set a timer, or please pay attention because you're going to watch it for about 12 to 15 minutes. Allow it to cook that long. It will absorb the moisture in the water. You do have to cover it while it's cooking, but it'll absorb all the water. And once that's done, we're just going to fluff it, just like you would a rice. My water is not ready. So I'm just going to start chopping up some of the tomatoes. And it's up to you what size you want them to be. Whether you want them to be a nice hearty size, or if you want them to be diced and smaller. I chose to have multiple colors just to bring things together tonight as well. And everything is pre-washed. So if you are just pulling your items out, please wash your vegetables before you begin to cut them. So guys, while I'm cutting these tomatoes, I'm going to tell you my testimony. For the last 2 years, so the end of 2021, I was really, really sick. And I tell people that, but I don't think people would really understand how ill I was. Like, I was definitely ill. I was having respiratory issues from pneumonia. I was having respiratory issues from allergic reactions, causing me to have asthmatic symptoms. I was septic from having a blood infection. I was just crappy. When I mean crappy, I was totally crappy during that time. And since then, it's been food. Of course, it was my determination to get well. It's been my journey with Young Living products, with essential oils and the supplements. And today I was able to share with everybody that my doctor has taken me off of all of my medications. And now I can say it publicly. I wasn't taking them. I hadn't taken them for like 2 months as a sign. But don't do what I do. Don't be bad like me. I just really wanted to know if the oils were doing the work for me. And I knew that they were because I just felt better with my oil therapy and with my supplements. But doctor approved says come off all of the meds, only use something if I feel like I need it. But I know that God was going to heal me from all of that. I was determined. I had prayed a lot about it. But people will not know. Like, I could not have been able to stand here. So when you think about your lung capacity and respiratory system, if it's not functioning well, it's hard to do things. You get fatigued very easily. And I posted a video today as well. You guys are listening to my voice and it's strong. and I'm able to talk to you and share this recipe with you. All of that is miracle work, because even doing then I would lose my voice, so I didn't have a voice at all. But I posted a video earlier today where you can actually hear how weak my voice is, and it's with me from Christmas, and so I thought it was befitting to post it like around this time, so that you could see just how different my body is. So during that time, I was completely swollen from all of the steroids and all of the medications, all of the treatments just to breathe had me bloated and kind of blew me up like a little balloon. But I couldn't walk. I wouldn't have been able to stand just like this. Standing was difficult. Eating was difficult. Talking was difficult. And for the first 2 months, that video that I posted, I had been in my room. So for Christmas, I'm crying during that time, because it was the first time that I was able to walk that far. But it was also kind of like that first time where I felt like I was getting out. I was getting out, guys. So I hope that me posting that and sharing it with you guys tonight will encourage you to eat well, that it will encourage you to start your wellness journey for a number of reasons, and to look at certain details. That's 2 years ago that I'm speaking of, waiting, working through this process to be whole again. So I say that to say to someone, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your goals or your journeys. In your journey, don't think that it can't happen for you, because it can. It very well can happen for you to get well and get whole. A lot of it is the mind, as well as, the determination, the mind, the belief, the faith, and then the work. And I'm going to ask, Mom, could you get Josiah to bring me a charger, just so I don't lose anybody tonight? He might be down. I'm not sure. Josiah, go grab my long charger, please. I don't want to lose you guys. And so all of January that I mentioned earlier, I'm doing free wellness assessments so that you can actually share where you are, where you want to go, what your goals might be, give you some help and suggestions with that, get you started. I say at least on one product. I recommend Ninja Red because Ninja Red totally changed a lot for me in the last, 90 days. For sure, it was that key thing that just made me feel well. And I feel like if you're not sure where to start, Ninja Red is for everybody, because it's a total body restoration juice, and it tastes great. So you don't have to worry about something not tasting good. That's going to make you feel good. And you can make drinks and smoothie. You can add it to smoothies, just anything with it. You can add it to just about anything. You can add it to your water. You can sip on it all day. It will give you energy. But it helps to detox the body. It helps to make all of the systems of the body work properly. And so when people ask different questions, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself tonight as we are chopping up all of these tomatoes. Tell you a little bit more about me. I am actually a cancer survivor. I don't share that with the world because it was so long ago that I feel like I never even had that battle. But if you are suffering with things like high blood pressure, your sugar levels are all over the place, diabetes, cancer, immune disorders, this Ninja Red is for you. And I know that a lot of people are talking about noni, and they'll ask me like, well, how is this different from noni? Well, one, it is all natural, of course. With Young Living, everything is sourced from pure ingredients. The main ingredient is wolfberry berries. Thank you. Can you go on the other side? Plug that in. That's Josiah, everybody. I'm putting them to work. But what's different from the Ninja Red and noni, what you get is there are essential oils inside the Noni juice because Young Living is an essential oil company. And so the difference is you now get this intercellular treatment and therapy. And what I love about it is that when you're looking at putting essential oils in your foods, like recipes, or actually putting it in your body, whether you actually smell them or you digest them, they immediately tell your body to function properly. So you're not waiting to see results. You should know and understand that your body is healing itself the moment that you come in contact with an essential oil and with these products. And so I highly recommend that for everybody. So I have my tomatoes all cut up. Are we all set with that? I'm going to grab the chicken breast, and I have 2 cutting boards and my bowl of chicken breasts. I'm going to pull them out. They're humongous, so we're going to cut these down. Remember I said whenever we're cooking, sometimes you want to cut things down so that your cooking time can decrease, because if I put this in the pan, I have to think to temperature settings, making sure it is at the right degree before fully cooking it. But if I cut it in strips, you can do that. We're going to cut it in strips anyway once we put it with the quinoa and once we're adding it to the sauce. But what I want you to do is cut off any excess fat, get rid of those things, clean your meat up. And then you get everything off. I want you to just kind of put your hand on top of it and take your knife and slice it in half. And that will ensure that you will not cut yourself. So I'm going to do it again with this one. I'm just going to kind of fillet it. And you do have to have a sharp knife for this. So if you don't have a sharp knife to fillet it like you see me doing here, then you're just going to go ahead and cut into strips. I'm just getting rid of that cartilage. Sometimes that you'll see with chicken breast, you'll cut into thin strips. Okay, and everybody see that? And then you can, after it's cooked, also cut it down even more. My mom is in the background saying yes. So I'm just going to cut this down and let's get it all cut. I'm going to fillet mine because I got boys here and this one I'm going to take the whole piece. We'll see. Remember, get all of that excess fat off of there. Discard that. Your chicken, make sure you have cleaned it properly as well. If you haven't cleaned it yet, then you'll just take it over to the sink and make sure you clean it before we begin to season it to cook it. I got one more. I don't even know how many chicken breasts that was, but I know we need it. It sounds right. I feel like it was about 6. Was it? And they are massive. Same bowl that I had the chicken in, I'm going to use that so I can go ahead and season. We're going to season the chicken with salt and pepper. And my quinoa water is boiling. Sandy, do you have your quinoa in your water? Give me a thumbs up if you do. If not, thumbs down. And take your time. I'm just gonna toss my chicken into the pan, and I'm gonna season. I'm gonna start with these, and I'm just gonna season them with salt and pepper. So I like to add and I'm going to layer them, and then I'm going to rub them all together. And I'm not adding any oil right now because we're going to add oil to the pan before we cook it. So salt and pepper first. This time I have both white and peppercorn. Adding pepper and a pinch of salt. The black salt is my choice. Remember, I also told you guys I like Himalayan pink salt and sea salt. And so now I'm just gonna mix my chicken in the bowl. And that's just to get the seasonings all throughout. Add the remaining chicken, pepper, some salt, and I'm going to grab the white pepper. And the salt that I had out already is going to go into our cooking base when we start to make our sauce tonight as well. So we're just gonna marinate that. So I think I cook with my nose and not so much my eyes. So right now what I'm doing is I'm smelling the herbs and all of the spices that I would add to it. I use my nose, and then I use my eyes to make sure things are evenly mixed. I'm gonna clean my hands for one moment. This is what I suggest. Whenever you have a lot of meat, you're going to cook one piece first, and you're going to test it and taste it to see if you need to add more seasoning. A lot of the times we go ahead and we throw everything in. Now, if you have a recipe, you've tried it before, you've tweaked it, that's fine. But tonight, what I want you to do while we're doing this is now turn on your skillet for the chicken and add a little bit of oil. Guys, turn your skillet on to medium high. That the chicken is going to go in. Allow it to go ahead. Allow it to warm. Into that, you're going to coat. I want you to go ahead and coat the bottom of the pan. And then I want you to add some chicken to that. Let your chicken brown. Be sure to let it brown on both sides. So your skillet needs to be pretty warm for it to do that. I'm just rinsing off the chicken cutting board because I'm going to use it again. use it to cut down the chicken once it's cut, once it's cooked, of course. How you guys doing? So far, so good, right? You should have your quinoa in the water, and you should have your chicken seasoning going into the pan. We're gonna go ahead and thoroughly cook through your chicken. Hey guys, we're live. Come on in. Guys, the extended kids, everybody is here. They're getting ready to go home. So they got excited. So you can see I have chicken in the skillet. Don't overcrowd your skillet. And I'm just gonna let it brown. I'm gonna start with these. I'm gonna taste a little bit, and then we'll keep cooking until they're done. So let's make a suggestion here. As you're cooking chicken, if you want to intensify your garlic in your recipe, you can add garlic to your chicken now as well. So I'm just going to use the granulated garlic. Gonna let that cook up. Sandy, you have any questions? You doing good? I see you smiling. Okay, thumbs up. Yep, see you smiling. Sizzling now. I'm just grabbing a plate to put the chicken on. So guys, what do you think of the background music? Thought it might be a nice relaxing atmosphere for us tonight. Just to kind of have some soothing melody while you're cooking. I'm gonna grab put in another set of chicken. Chicken for your chicken. You only have the two pieces. If you only have the two pieces, go ahead and cut it down to how you want to actually serve it. Ooh, my quinoa is looking good. Just gotta go get my other fork. This one and then get another fork. It's a silver fork. So guys, this is our third live cooking class, and I think this is it's always a learning curve, and I actually love being in the kitchen. It's like for some reason today, the iPad wants to go dead, and it was fully charged. So I just want to make sure I don't lose you tonight. I'm going to grab a cord. If there's anybody that is looking and listening, have any questions, please drop me some questions. I'd love to answer them. Guys, my smoke detectors are so sensitive. Every time I cook, they go off. With the charger. So I'm adding more oil to the skillet. Sandy, have you checked your quinoa? Is it done? If your quinoa is done, go ahead and add your kale to the water. Let the kale sit for about 3 to 4 minutes and then take it out. It's just to soften it. Y'all hear my birds chirping? Mom, will you cook the last batch of chicken first and then I'll get them moving to the sauce? You want me to cook it there? I can get that out. Guys, I was able to get Mom to come in the kitchen. Right. I'm going to go ahead and throw my kale in as well. Guys, I had the kale also in the water. I'm letting it blanch. I'm going to let that sit for about 3 or 4 minutes in there. And then I'm going to take it out. Let's put it in a bowl. Sandy, I wish I could see you. I wish I could see your goodness while you're cooking it. Also, everybody, these live sessions and cooking classes that we're doing, we actually do these inside of your home. So if you are a couple and say it's an anniversary night and you guys want to cook a meal together, we will come out and cook with you. We do this for kids. We'll bring kids in the kitchen, so that's why I let the kids come and go while we're doing these lives, so that you can just be in a normal environment. We welcome kids in the kitchen so they learn how to cook healthy meals and eat well right away. If you wanted to do, like, say, a girls' night or get a group together in your home, we could absolutely do that. And we do that, of course, with the savory dishes like we're doing tonight, but I also do that with cakes and cupcakes and cookies and things like that. So if you're interested in anything like that, just DM me, or you can call 757-997-5667, which is our business number. I will add it to a banner before we disconnect tonight, just so you'll have that. Or you can visit COOKEnterprise.com, and you can go in there and our shop. You'll see where there's options for cooking class. And we're updating our website during this time as well, just to really pinpoint all of the services to keep it simplistic for you and user friendly. So if you get confused over there, if you're not a tech girl or tech guy, just reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram. There are links in different places. If you scroll on our timeline, you'll be able to connect with us. You can just DM me, and I'll gladly respond. So I'm gonna pull my tail out. I got about 2 more minutes. I'm gonna take my chicken wire off and let it sit. Texture, I don't have a top for that pot, so I use another pan as a top, and it actually helps to keep the pan without heat. We're putting our final section of chicken in. I'll see Sadie lady for the oil in the pan. She's so dainty. I'm like, just throw it in there. She's so dainty. She's such a sweet lady. All right, so what we're going to do next is, Sandy, we're going to start working on our sauce. And so in that second pan, we're going to put some oil. We're going to add our garlic. I want you to do this on a medium setting so that you don't cook things too fast or too quickly. So I'm going to do that as well while I'm cooking. So I just added my oil. I'm going to add garlic. And I'm going to add tomatoes because the tomatoes have a liquid to it. And then after that, we're going to add corn. So garlic is going in. I did about 6 cloves of garlic because I love it. I'm going to add the tomatoes after the garlic. We're going to let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes together. And I'm just continuing to check and peek. I'm going to take my tail out. I'm taking the tail off of the one eye that's on the countertop. I'm not sure if you guys, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this part, but I'm just going to take it out of the water. What I want to encourage you though is do not throw away the broth, Josiah. My birds are chirping. They always chirp. Don't throw away your broth or from your kale. That is a great vegetable broth. You have a lot of nutrients in that. So keep that so that you can use that for making soups, cooking, anything that would have a broth base. Hold on to that. That's all the chicken. So we're all done with our chicken. Birds are chirping again. Okay, we're going to check in a little bit here. Your kale should be a nice bright green. I'm going to put a little bit of quinoa in this bowl so you can see it as well. It cooked beautifully so that you can see that as well. Let me see if we use this camera and you can see a little bit better. Just the consistency of the quinoa. Perfect. So I'm going to move this over to this eye, closer for you guys to see. Next, you're going to add your corn right into this mixture. Add some corn. And let that cook for about 4 or 5 minutes. You can add salt and pepper here. And now the skillet, thank you. The skillet that you have your chicken in, clean that. You're going to add that back to the stove top for your cream cheese, your heavy whipping cream, and your Parmesan. We're going to start to create the liquid base. adding the skillet that the chicken was in back on, but it's clean and fried for the cream cheese. What I want you to do is add 2 cups of water, Sandy, because you're only doing 2 chicken breasts. So do 2 cups of water, allow it to get to a nice boil, and then turn it down to a simmer. In your skillet, add 2 cups of water or chicken broth, whichever you have, and allow it to warm to a nice boil, and then we're going to turn it down. Sandy, when you're ready, also while the water is warming, you can add in your heavy whipping cream. And I want you to do 1 cup. Go ahead and add it. I hope everybody is doing good. So Sandy, our cream base should be warming. You can turn off your vegetables. So your corn and tomatoes and garlic, you can turn that down or you can turn it off for a moment. Inside of your pan, when your water is warm, you're going to add your cream cheese, your Parmesan, any fresh herbs if you had some, and you're going to season that with salt and pepper. And you're going to taste that until it's where you want it to be. If you have a large block of cream cheese like I do, I'm going to put this in small pieces just to help it break down. Instead of putting the whole block, just put a little bit in at a time, as if you were doing like pats of butter. And once you have that all in your pan, make sure you're stirring it constantly so it doesn't stick. And you can add a little bit of oil to this as well, or butter. I like that pot on the right, the eye on the right side. So I just have the cream under the camera now. I'm going to let it warm a little bit. And I'm going to continue to add cream cheese and just keep mixing it until it's mixed together. And I'm going to add some salt and pepper to that. So guys, let me do a check-in. Have you cut your chicken breast down already? If you haven't, we'll do that right after we add the sauce and the vegetables together. I'm just adding my seasoning, do a little taste. That secret ingredient that I showed you today, that Cajun seasoning, I'm going to add that to my sauce as well. We're going to let this cook until it reduces down a little. You got to be patient. But keep tasting it until you get it to your desired likeness. So I'm going to come over and talk to you guys for a minute. So this cream is not a heavy, thick cream. It's just a creamy base, almost like if you were having a broth. You know how if you pull the essence off of a meat and then you would add it over rice, it's going to be thinner in consistency. That's correct. You're not making a heavy, thick cream sauce because that would add more calories. If you wanted to thicken it up, you could add a little bit of cornstarch. You also could add more cheese, and cheese would allow the sauce to thicken. So if you want to thicken it a little bit more, add some more Parmesan cheese, add in any type of cheese that you like. But tonight we're just utilizing that Parmesan cheese to give a little flavor. So you're doing it right. And I wanted to step over and say that because sometimes people get nervous if it doesn't thicken up the way you're thinking about a cream sauce, if it's really heavy in the butters and the cheese. Okay? Stop the bill. Sandy, does it taste the way you want it to taste? Have you gotten it there? Does it taste good to you? Okay, if it tastes the way you want it to taste, pour it over top of your tomatoes and your corn. Add it to that pan. And to everyone, if it's where you want it to be, add it to your vegetables. Then you're going to let that cook for about 1 or 2 minutes. Then we're going to add the kale. Let that cook for 1 or 2 minutes, and then we're going to finally add our chicken in. So we're almost at the finish line. I'm adding a little bit more Parmesan cheese since it thickened just a little bit because I have a little bit more than you guys. All right, and now I'm gonna add in my kale while that's still cooking. That. All right, so I'm gonna let that cook for a few minutes. And I'm gonna come over and cut up my chicken so I can add it in. If you did not cook your chicken thoroughly, it will cook the rest of the way in your sauce. So if you're cutting it and it's not thoroughly cooked, please give it time to cook in that sauce. And so if you're a new cook, you're not certain about how to cook meats and things, these recipes are ways to make sure that you finish the cook process, because you gotta allow the chicken to sit in the sauce a little while to have everything blend together. Can I add this in? I've got a lot of chicken to cut up. You should be finished with yours. Add it in. Once you have everything, let it sit for about 10 minutes. So we're going to go beyond that 7 o'clock hour tonight, guys. I did share a testimony earlier. But let it cook together. Sandy, you want to now take your quinoa and put it in a bowl. And it's a bowl, everybody. You don't want to use a plate because the cream is not thick and heavy, so it could spread. Perfect. A soup bowl, a large mug could work as well. You're going to put the quinoa in the bottom. And then you're going to spoon your creamy broth, your kale, your veggies, and your chicken right on top. And then once you've done that, sprinkle with a little bit more Parmesan cheese or fresh herbs and serve it. Smells good in here. So I'm just tossing it so I can get everything nice and covered. Get everything coated and mixed evenly and just let it sit. Guys, another quick tip. What you could do right here is eat this just is without the quinoa, and you have a great soup. You could thin the broth down a little bit more with that vegetable broth that you had from your kale and make a soup. And eat that stand alone as well. I'm just going to taste one more time. Oh, it smells good and it looks good in here. Oh yeah, that's everything. That's everything I want it to be. It's savory. It's got great seasoning to it, great taste to it. It looks pretty already. I'm going to grab a bowl. Probably should grab a small one. Guys, I'm short. That's not made for short people. I'm gonna get a bowl. And because I like the way the broth tastes, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the heat off. Come out of my gloves. Because we're gonna start plating. All right, so let's just run through it again. All of those healthy ingredients in there. The broth is nice and thin. It's not a heavy, big, cheesy sauce, but it has all the great flavor and depth that you would if you had added a lot of cheese. It has some texture in there with the corn so that you get a crunch. You've got some cherry tomatoes in there to brighten it up with the acidity. And then the kale is there to add another layer of texture. So I'm going to add some quinoa to my bowl. Got the quinoa bowl. And I'm going to go in and get this. I'm going to put it right on top. Now for the grand finale, everybody. Can you guys see that? I'm going to add just a little bit of fresh parsley on top. And some Parmesan cheese. We're gonna let my mom come over and taste it since she's here. I really want to dig in, but we'll let her taste it tonight. Wow.
It is good.
Hey everybody.
Really tasty.
We didn't do too bad tonight, did we? It's 7:08. We're right in a time frame of an hour and a half. Sandy, have you played it yours? And everybody else who's watching or watching the replay, when you get to this section, are you plating your meal? I'm gonna let her enjoy some of that, and then I'm gonna call the family in for dinner tonight. We're gonna sit down, say a little prayer, and eat this amazing meal. Sandy, I'm so happy you were able to join from the link where I can see your beautiful face tonight. To everyone who is watching, thank you so much for joining tonight. Follow me, Chef Kimberly, on Facebook. If you are not a part of the WOW community, we need to see you there. Join the WOW community. We are a new community that is doing some fun things. Get in there and have fun with us. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Please like and share. And again, join WOW with Kimberly. And on IG, my handle is at Kimberly Smith Cook over there. Remember, our catering company and business is Home Cooked Caterers. You can find us on IG and Facebook as well. I'm the head chef over there with my partner in crime, to learn to stay cook, who is around here somewhere, but he's getting ready to enjoy this lovely meal on tonight. Guys, be blessed. Enjoy life. I love you to life. Peace until next time.